Hey guys, welcome to Divine Glory Ministry, and today we're going to be talking about what is a good church. So Malesh, we got a guest speaker today. I want you guys to introduce you. You can introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do as well.
Yeah, what I do?
Yeah, man. What do you do?
what I do is crazy. My name is Malesh. As far as what I do, I'm a student, and you can view me as a brother.
Yeah, okay.
That's about it.
Okay,
I think we're used to seeing ministers here, but today I'm just a regular brother.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm looking forward to our discussions.
Yeah. I want you to invite anyone that you would want to get in and listen to this, because it's going to be a really good topic that we're going to be sharing about, and it's going to be challenging a lot of people, and it's going to make you look at if you are in a good church, or what does a good church look like. It's something that I think is in our heart as believers, that we want to be in a good place. Well, yeah. So like and share with everyone. Go for it.
Yeah, like share. Yeah, I think a good church. I think we want to let's say define what a church is, and establish what we mean when we say church and the activities of a church, and then talk of let's say what it would look like when a church is able to accomplish those things, and they accomplish let's say the people within a church, what are some of the things that they would do, or the actions that are taken within churches, that we can use to verify, let's say, to see whether or not it's actually a good church.
Yeah, okay. So where would you want to start off first? Like, where would you think we should start off?
No, so I think I remember speaking with you in multiple occasions.
Yeah.
You brought up a term called church culture.
Yeah.
So I want you to actually define what you mean by church culture.
Yeah. All right, that's good. That's good. So what is a church culture? And I believe what church culture is, how they relate to one another, and how they make decisions, how just they do life.
Who is this they? Is it? Would you say it's just the members in the church, the audience, or is it the leaders, or is it the extended church community as well?
Yeah, I would think church culture is to do with everyone. So how they relate, how the leaders relate to one another, how the leaders even make choices, how they bring in a new person, a person that's new to the church. Those things comes in as a church culture, how they do things.
Okay. So I guess I'm assuming we're going to kind of see how we can differentiate between, let's say, a good church culture and a bad church culture. But before that, provide, what's the standard? What's the goal, or what should be the goal of a church? Yeah.
So I think the goal for a church is really to live out what the gospel is, and how Jesus told us to live with one another, and that's the simple goal of a church, is that we are a group of people that love one another, and that we are, just as Jesus told his disciple, that they would know us by the love that we have for one another. That is where the standard, or the base of where the church culture is, and that's where the heart of when we say church culture, that's the heart of church culture, is the love that we have for one another and the love that we have for God. Okay. And living that love that we have for one another.
I feel like from my viewpoint, a lot of people, when they think of church culture or the things that are important within a church, we tend to look at aspects like worship and let's say praise, and maybe even how they view spiritual gifts and the exercising of those gifts. how do you rank these things when you're trying to discern, let's say, church culture or the culture of a church? How, what role do these things play?
Yeah, I think because I see the heart of church culture is not just looking at like the worship or how they do worship or what they believe about the gifts of the Spirit. It's the heart of that, the heart to do those things. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
So you mean like the heart, let's say the reason why they worship, is that what you mean?
When I say church culture, I try to disconnect those tradition of what, like, because that's a tradition, like what they how they worship, for example, because how they worship it can change.
Yeah,
but it does change here and there. But when I say a culture, it's something that's so entwined with them that that's what makes them them.
That's what makes them them.
Yeah.
It's it seems
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it seems like it's something that's very core.
Yeah,
the culture of a church.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned before that it's how individuals within the church kind of relate to each other.
Yeah.
But talk more to me about the distinction between the culture and the traditions.
Yeah.
Maybe you can give us examples of some things that some people might misunderstand to be the culture of a church, but you believe to just be simple traditions that can be changed. Yeah,
I see tradition is something that's been passed on. Like, for example, as I'm not a fully Pentecostal, but let's say a Pentecostal. Yeah. Why are you laughing, man?
I'm not throwing shade.
I love my people, but yeah, like the way they do things, it's been passed on, and when you do ask them why they do it, they wouldn't have so much of clarity of why exactly they do it, but they would say that that's what we do. We expect to do this. Okay. And that's what I mean by tradition.
Okay, I think,
does that make sense?
It makes sense, but I think it'll be even more useful if you, let's say, tackle it from the other direction. Give us some things, aspects of church culture, something to help us, pinpoint or define what you're talking about when you say, the culture of a church.
Yeah.
What are some key areas that you will look towards when you're trying to, let's say, discern the culture of a church that maybe you visit or something?
Yeah. So it's so hard, yeah. Like especially if you're looking at looking for a church, for example, you wouldn't know exactly their culture until you get to know them. Like first time visiting churches, you would look at the things that they do, like the style of the ministry and all that. And you might actually...
What do you mean by style of ministry? Because I remember before you mentioned that something like how they worship or how they praise is more so tradition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying when I say style. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the style of worship, for example. If they do rocking or they do the African music, praise, those kind of things.
So you wouldn't say that's culture?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's. I'll say that that's a tradition that they have.
Okay.
But would I say that is completely not culture? I'll say that it's somewhat, you can say somewhat, it does relate to culture, but I see that as something that it can change, and it does change with time. When it doesn't work out anymore, it changes. Like for example, as Sudanese, the way we do our praise and worship, probably in a couple of years, us being in Australia so much, probably will change to somewhat. We might not be singing a lot of Arabic songs. We'll be singing a lot of English songs as well. So that those things
hopefully.
Are tradition. What do you mean? Hopefully, I think it's gonna happen either way. Yeah, but those things, I see them as tradition is something that when times comes, sometimes it becomes not helpful anymore, and we can let that go without really losing anything a part of us. But some Sudanese would say that if they don't worship the way that they do worship, they lost something, or they feel like they lost something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, from what I'm understanding
Yeah.
so far, there are some things that are cultural,
Yeah.
some things that are traditional.
Yeah.
What you mean by traditional, those things that are allowed to be changed.
Yeah.
They're just things that are passed on.
Yeah.
Like the time that we worship, or the time that we do our service,
Yeah.
the type of worship that we do, maybe the type of songs that we do,
Yeah.
that we sing during praise and worship,
Yeah.
maybe even how often we have communion
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So all these things you would say are traditional,
Yeah.
but they're not the core of, let's say, the effect that a church has.
Yeah.
By just the way they, let's say, interact with each other.
Mm.
So again, then give us some examples of things that you would believe to be like the culture of the church.
Yeah.
Things that actually determine how the church affects the people within its community.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say like number one thing that I would that you see easy in the church. I'm waiting. Hey, thank you, Wills. Wills is here. It's his first time using an eCam, so yeah. And Wills, anytime you want to jump on, I think you got a mic as well, so you can jump on at any time. Just stop us, yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So things that I would see, like I've seen as a first initial culture for someone that's visiting churches, probably is like how people. You can see how people like. Are open for new people. Like you see a church that is so grouped with people that they relate to just a few people here and a few people
kind
there.
of like being closed off in their own
group.
smaller
Yeah.
circles.
Yeah. So those things, I see that as a culture
Oh, okay.
that is hard to change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about that?
No, I agree. I think what I'm getting at, it seems like what you mean by culture,
Yeah.
kind of the aspects of the church by way of how the individuals within the church kind of interact with each other.
Yeah.
And the example you gave is simply, let's say, how they relate to perhaps possibility of new members of the church.
Yep.
How do they associate with them?
Yeah.
And so it seems like the culture is not as much, let's say, the services of the church,
Yeah.
or how the church does certain things,
Mm.
but more so how the individuals or the people within the church are able to relate to one another, perhaps how they speak to each other,
Yeah.
perhaps the attitudes that they have towards each other,
Yeah.
and outside members as well.
Mm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and you understand me very. I think you understood me well, and that's what I'm pushing. Or when we talk about what is a church culture, that's what we assume that what we mean. By that.
Okay.
That's what we mean by that. It's so much on how they actually people are relating to one another, not just outwardly and having worship or whatever, but how they relate to me and you, how we talk, how we make decisions, how we frequently, how frequent we talk, all those kind of things is something that that's what we mean by culture.
You mentioned how we make decisions.
Yeah.
Do you mean more so? Do you mean as well like how even the church leadership kind of makes decision in terms of how where the organization moves as a whole, or do you mean more so just as members?
Yeah, it's both. So even members, how they make decisions as well. In fact, that's something that's comes out of the church culture or the DNA of the church. Yeah. So it's both how people make decisions, how they like. The culture is so intertwined in people that even it impacts how they live their life outside of Sunday service, for example.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So, for example, or what I mean by that, I can try to explain it in a clear way. So, if a church is very openly about people getting to know one another's life, yeah, and that actually stops people that are so into, or that are in both the world and God. For example, those people.
Yeah.
If a church has a good culture, those people would see other people's life, because they live together, or they somewhat don't just see each other on Sunday, because the church is so open to getting to know each other, that impacts how they live on a Monday or Tuesday, because there's someone that knows them, or that they can speak to about that. I don't know. What do you think, Wills? What do you think? I want to hear from Wills as well.
From Wills as well.
What do you think about that, Wills? He said, "Let's hear Malaysia." I don't know if his mic is on. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So essentially, it's how the workings of the church. It might have. Yeah, I think it might actually have negative effects on, because I've seen situations where church members, or where Christians, the ministry of the church, in terms of volunteering and so on, overtake their lives to such a degree that it actually becomes maybe even a negative impact, and it stops them from being as fruitful, let's say, as they might otherwise be able to be. And I think from what you're describing, Emmanuel, I think it's the case that that should not be the effect that churches have on individuals, on members.
Yeah.
That's not the goal that we want to have.
Yeah.
But I'm curious now.
Yeah.
I want you to help me kind of define what the goals should be, the effects of a good culture and the effects of a bad culture.
Yeah.
I think going on, I would probably be curious after this to hear, how we can differentiate between these two different cultures and so on.
Yeah.
But what are the effects of one, a good church culture, and then on the other hand, a bad church culture?
Yeah. So a good church culture is a church culture that is driven for goodness. I'll wait for the screen actually just before we go. No worries. all good. Yeah. So a good culture is a culture that's driven driven by love for one another, driven by the core of it is actually just trying to be good to one another.
Okay.
Yeah. And then a church culture that's bad, a toxic church culture, is a culture that actually hurt people.
Okay.
So when that's just the basic of how we can identify a good church culture and a bad church culture. Is one that is fruitful for good, or driven for goodness, and one is hurting or driven by bad motives.
Toxicity.
Yeah, toxic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess going forward, we'll talk about it seems like we're just describing churches that are for good, for their members and extended community, and churches that have a much higher likelihood or possibility of hurting their members, their leaders, the extended community that they interact with, and so on. So let's say then, give us, if I want to talk, or if I want to discern a good church culture, do you have some way for us to discern, or to see, or to spot out cultures that are good?
Yeah, I would say a culture that is good, or how to discern a good culture, is when you go in there and they are driven by their heart is for the people, not for their organization.
Yeah.
or protecting the organization. They rather protect the people, and I see that as one way, or the important way, to identify a good church culture is just seeing a church that is driven by that.
Do you think I don't know, a church that's driven to be
To protect
be
people.
good, to protect you?
Yeah, protect the members more than the organization. So
Okay.
bad church, the opposite of that, is a church that is driven so much that they're protecting the organization
Yeah.
than the actual people. That they rather protect the organization and hurt people. They see that as, if two of them are in place, a bad culture would be, let's protect our organization, not the person. But a good church culture would be, let's protect the people, let's protect the person. So, for example, if there's an incident of grape, you know what I mean by that? Yeah.
course.
So if there's an incident with grape, and this is something that even now you hear that a lot in when people are exposing a bad church or bad church culture. You will hear that how this thing comes out is because when the church heard about this, or the leaders heard about this, they wanted to protect the organization, so they hide those kind of stories. And a bad culture that's what they do. They would hide those kind of stories and not let it be out, and actually protect the person that was hurt. A good church culture would be a culture that is wanting to protect the person that this happened to.
Yeah.
And by protecting that person, that person is the victim need to be protected, and the person, the perpetrator, they need to be justice.
Should be
to
left
that.
out.
Yeah,
Justice needs to be served.
that's just a basic view. I don't know if that I use the versus example
Yeah.
so people understand what I mean when I say or what it would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems a good culture is one in which people are protected,
Yeah.
and good is being done.
Yeah.
And then a bad, obviously, is one where people are hurt.
Yeah.
Just fundamentally, that's quite good.
Yeah.
And I guess, so then all the good aspects of a church,
Yeah.
I guess the way a church acts and the way they do things, if it's in such a way that leads to harm,
Yeah.
then we can say that it's a bad culture.
Yes.
And if it's in a way that it leads to good, then we could say it's
a good culture.
It's a good culture.
Yeah.
And I think what you brought up is perhaps how the church would react to bad situations.
Yeah.
Is it in such a way that it is protecting the organization, or is it allowing truth to be heard?
Yeah.
And justice to be served?
Yeah.
Then are there more?
Yeah. I
More
just
ways.
just before I talk about if there's more, I want people to know, like, when you're in a bad church culture, it's so hard for you to even know, or even to put a language to it. Yeah. And I understand some people listening, they might hear some things that they just went through and never put a language to it. They've been in that culture so much that they even would say that what they are in is a good culture when it's toxic, because they don't know anything else.
Yeah.
That's what culture does to us. Like, it's, you don't know that you're in bad culture until you leave a bad culture.
It gets that bad.
Yeah, it's that bad. And for me, I'll say the same thing. Like, I didn't know I was in bad culture until I left. I left it. And
how do you think it reaches that extent? Because a lot of people, some people might say that when something that bad happens,
yeah,
that it should be noticeable,
Mm.
and that we should see, and then like, because I'm sure a lot of us view church to be like a good place,
Yeah.
a place of healing and so on,
Yeah.
and we would assume that is the goal for everybody within the church.
Mm.
Obviously, we're not being too naive that we understand, there's some bad characters out there.
Yeah.
But the assumption is that within a church, we're trying to do good.
Yeah.
So if, in an organization that is trying to do good,
Yeah.
how does it reach such an extent
Yeah.
that it does the exact opposite?
Mm. Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah. How does it get to that extent that it gets to that place where people that are in that place wouldn't know? Is because when you are in a toxic church, or even a toxic place or a toxic relationship, like you get to a point where it becomes so normal, and I think that's what happens. Someone that's in a toxic church, like it's so normal to them that they don't know that it's actually toxic, and the reason why I think is that they just been in it so much, and it's became so normal that they might actually even see some toxic traits as good. That's crazy to say that, yeah. But that's what happened. Like, what example that I can use that will make this point so you can actually see it? For example, I remember back then growing up in church, and pastors would say that the pulpit, the pulpit is not for anyone else but me. If you want to stay in the pulpit, you go outside. That's your pulpit, which we thought it was actually a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protecting the flock. I
Yeah.
think that's how they would justify.
Yeah. So we saw that as something that's good, and we missed the point of a pastor is supposed to help the members get to a place where they are mature in faith, that they can actually stand and preach.
Yeah.
That's something small, but yeah.
I think it makes sense. But I think I want to go back to the example you gave
Yeah.
of a good or bad church culture.
Yeah.
Being, let's say, a church in which there are smaller groups,
Yeah.
and it's difficult for outsiders to actually to get in.
Yeah.
What are some aspects? Because here I'm trying to learn how to discern between a good church culture and a bad church culture.
Yeah.
So what are let's start with bad, actually.
Yeah.
So what are, let's say, characteristics of churches or of bad church culture?
Yeah. What are the characteristics?
Yes.
So, for example, when the first one that I shared about is how there's so much of protecting the organization and hurting people. I would say how they promote leadership over service. And when I say leadership, I'm talking about the toxic one, where it's wanting to lord over people.
Okay.
So that's
being controlling.
Very controlling, yeah. Being controlling, and that culture is something that I would see as bad.
Yeah.
And having a narcissistic pastor, for example, where everything is about one person, and that touches on superstar culture, where it's where the church is about that person. If the person is gone, the church is no more. It's so driven by that person. I see that as something that I would say to watch out for, and something that I ignored as well is something to look back at the church and see if there's a trail of hurt people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something that I overlooked before, but it's something that if you're wanting to identify a good church, is looking back. If there's a trail of hurt people, then probably there's something that's core. That's not great. How they make decisions as well. What's the motive? You don't know exactly the motivation of people, but see the decision that they make, and is it for the people,
Or is it not?
or is for growing their own platform as a church? Those are similar small things.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when you list them out like that, they seem quite straightforward.
Yeah.
To the point that I'm somewhat shocked that things can reach such extreme levels of toxicity within churches.
Yeah.
I think from the ones that you listed off, the ones that I think might be the most common, perhaps superstar culture, I think is what you called it.
Yeah. There's a few that I actually forgot. I think the other one is like telling the truth. We have that's a big one. I reckon that's one of the big ones.
Yeah, that sounds important.
that's very important that I forgot to list. But yeah, there's a lot that I can list. But one that is important is a church that actually tell the truth.
Okay.
And I've been at a church where working at a church, and it's not a Sudanese church. I won't name any church, but I was working at this church, and out of nowhere, they say that this pastor left because God has called them for a mission there, and then a while after, I hear another pastor. Oh yeah, God has called them to somewhere else. But then when I got to know the story, it was a lie. There's actually some things that actually happened. So that actually the person was some few things that happened that was very toxic, and the church kind of
stopped it under the rug.
Lied and didn't tell the truth, and just say, oh yeah, this is what happened. Where does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I keep saying this, but like it sounds very like straightforward when you list it off in that manner.
Yeah.
That there are some things that a church does that contribute towards goodness, contribute towards truth, contribute towards essentially being like Christ.
Yeah.
And then some things that take away from that, where let's say a church might not be as merciful in how it treats its members, where the church might focus on some specific leaders as opposed to the broader congregation, where you don't really have this service type of leadership that we should expect from Christian organizations. It seems very straightforward, but let's say, what do you think are the most?
Oh, just a minute.
What do you think are the most, let's say, common mistakes or traps, issues that you see in churches, in terms of their culture? Obviously.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue that I would say is when a church is they're driven, that they say that they are the best church.
Okay.
Yeah, they talk about their churches. There's no that this is where God is moving. That's interesting
because for me.
Oh wait for the camera real quick. Oh, you wanna? We have someone. Is our friend coming in? He's not ready. All right, just let us know when he's ready. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So you said one of the biggest ones that you seen.
Yeah.
Are when churches claim that they're the best.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not lying, but when you were listing up those stuff, like a church lying and a church focusing on one leader and blah, blah, those things sound a bit more extreme. So what makes you say that this is even more?
Yeah,
more
I
toxic.
think. Yeah. So why I say that? I'm just waiting. Okay. that would help. Yeah. So why I say that this one is extreme is because this one would make people overlook the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's blinding.
This one is very blinding, where to their core they actually believe that they're in the best church, where God is moving.
Yeah.
And some pastors, this is something that they would promote. Or the leadership, this is something that they will promote, and will talk about. Even people will come with their visions that, oh, God told me that this is where God is moving. God is not moving there anywhere else, but here. This is the church.
Church is
where
great.
God is moving. This is the church where revival will come to
That we're
Melbourne,
special.
for example.
Yeah.
This, I see that as one of the it's the worstest one, because it covers up for everything else, and it will give people excuse to say that, oh yeah, that happened, but oh no, we're going somewhere. And even when people are hurt, they will say, yeah, this person is hurt, we can leave them hurt because we're going somewhere. There's a vision that we have that's more important than that person being hurt.
But, I mean, it's interesting, but it just seems like it seems like there might be an issue with what they believe to be the vision of the church, of what a good church is supposed to accomplish. Do you think it's the case that a lot of Christians or organizations might have a mistaken, let's say, view of the goals of, let's say, a good church, and that when they claim, for example, or when they forsake these aspects of, let's say, how they treat members, the members that they have, and whether or not they're showing love and mercy to them and so on, when they forsake these things in order to pursue what they view to be, let's say, higher goals or a higher vision for the church itself as an organization, do you think that's caused by a misunderstanding of the true goal of a church?
Oh yes, I think you're right. It's misunderstanding of the goal and the vision for the church, and because the main thing for the church, the goal of the church, is a vision that Jesus gave, which is to go out and preach the gospel, baptize them, and that's the vision that Jesus has for his church. And when a pastor has vision to do with the community and everything like that, and what Jesus said is not the main goal of a church, that's where these things come. So let's say if a church, the vision is to impact the nation and everything, that's actually really good, and that's what we should look for. And that's what Jesus would say, oh yeah, that's part of my goal. But when that interrupts the vision that Jesus has, that's where the issue becomes.
I think we can say that the vision that Jesus has for the church is to make disciples and so on. I feel like it's very easy for ministers or for a church.
Just a minute. Can you?
The heater.
The heater?
That's what happened last time.
Yes. Well, what do you think is going so far? You want to turn it off? It's hot noise. What do you think? How's it going so far?
Just want to make sure everything is off first.
No, I'm talking to it.
Okay, depend on
The audience.
I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. It seems
Straightforward.
we agree on everything.
That's why I want Wills to jump in anytime.
There's not much for me to add.
Yeah, it feels like it's been rehearsed, and as you said, agreeing on the same thing. Yeah, like there's no me and him like we were. There's none of that.
I mean, I was gonna.
But you can present his views as well.
I'm trying to do 5 things at the same time,
it's
and
hard.
like I can't even keep up with the switcher.
Yeah, you can represent his views too. You know that, yeah.
Don't speak with my name, please.
Yeah, you don't have to speak his name. But like something that I think I did here and there as well. Like there's a view
Right.
of this Or what do you think about? Oh, like play the
The devil's advocate.
advocate. Yeah. Oh, is we still live?
It says that, but no.
It looks like we're still live. Oh, we're not
No,
live,
no.
live, but it's still going on. Don't.
Yeah, nah. I was trying to like do audio. I was trying to do DOM, Zoom, all of this stuff.
Were you speaking? Oh, right now we're not live. You know that, yeah? Yeah. Wills, you want to end it and start again?
The whole thing is
On
off.
Facebook-
So
No, it's on Facebook. It's still black, just black. Yeah. The power went off.